Hey guys, just a little shout out before we get into it. Artiken is finally out with their OAC bracelet, which is very exciting. We worked with them in New York to make the coffee club ones, which everyone loved. And you can finally go online and buy your own OAC one. And what's really cool about it is that 100% of the profits are going towards making a water well in Hellen Obiri's hometown back in Kenya. So if you're interested, go to artiken.com, check it out.
Coffee club, coffee club. Grind your beans and grab your favorite mug. It's Ollie, Morgan, George, and Gus. It's them boys from Coffee Club. Boys from Coffee Club.
Hello everybody, welcome back to the Coffee Club podcast for episode 162. Today we are joined by another guest, another new member of the OAC, I should say, Olivia. I'm gonna say your last name. Do you guys know how to say your last name?
I don't even attempt to pronounce it.
I always call you Markezich, but I know it's Markezich.
Yes, perfect.
Markezich.
Markezich.
Markezich,
yeah.
Markezich. We got to think of a nickname. I've been trying with you, Olivia. You've been the hardest to nickname.
Really?
Yeah, I've been able to do everyone else. I don't know what to do with Markezich.
We got to keep working on it.
Yeah.
Keep working on it. But Olivia, how you feeling?
Good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it true? Can we just quickly, in the video that we saw where you said that you wanted to join OAC so you could be on the Coffee Club podcast, was that actually true or was that just like a little bit you were doing?
Oh, that's totally why I joined the team, just for this moment.
So it turns out Kai and Olivia both only joined the team.
Olivia's sending in her resignation letter after this week.
Yeah,
she's got her Coffee Club thing. She's like, I'm out now.
Man, we got to speak
Kai's
to
still in
Steve
practice,
about that.
right?
We got to get a cut of these deals.
I know. You guys, your best recruiting tool.
We got to get paid somehow. But we're very excited to have Olivia on. She was the only one on the team, apart from Tyson also, but that actually went to NCAA Cross. So we had our woman on the ground. She's going to help us with our little recap of that.
Yeah.
And
We're going to help her.
we'll, as you know, we're amazing at recapping these cross races and get into her backstory a little bit. But before we do get into all of that, we have a very, very exciting bean shout out. A bean shout out where we got sent 3 bags of coffee. How amazing is that?
I think it's a new record. I think a bag each is like, that is now setting the bar extremely high.
Way too spoiled here, mate.
I think that might be, we've had 2 before from like the same roastery, but yeah, this is next level. Yeah, there's a bean shout out that I've been excited about. The funny thing is, last week while we were recording, this package arrived from New Zealand. Like what? We went upstairs afterwards and it was at the door. So it's slightly a week delayed, but all right, the easiest way to explain it is to read the note, I think. And so
beautiful.
Wait, hold up the note for the camera just so people can see what's on the back there.
No, well, that's the sad thing because it's not actually true anymore. All right, anyway. It says, Kia ora, g'day, woof, Coffee Club boys. We're sorry that the Gooch still needs a bit more TLC, Geordie, and you can't make it to Nelson to race the inaugural Spectacle Elite Mile. We hope the Spectacle merch for you and the boys helps keep you excited for next year's race. We were looking forward to taking you for a brew at Raglan Roast, so we've thrown in some beans to enjoy. Keep doing what you're doing, guys. The Spectacle team are big fans of the Coffee Club and look forward to tuning in every week. Live Coffee Club recording in Nelson next year? Question mark.
Ooh, I like it. Any other question?
From Annie, Julian, and Michael. So we got a big care package of merch and coffee, T-shirts, hats, Raglan roast beans, and like the freaking sweetest stickers from, like maybe from the roastery.
That's what it seems like. They're very regal.
Yeah, that's actually so sweet. And the coffee roast is called Brown Lightning.
Love that.
I don't know why that's funny, but
love that.
That's a great name. So basically, the gist of it is that these guys post like former professional runners, or at least Julian, are putting on, and just like a huge crew in New Zealand are putting on an elite road mile in December. Like the most similar comparison is to like the Mary Mile in Honolulu, but not in competition with it, but the week after. So I think to encourage people to like, I don't know, maybe try and start like a road mile season at the end of the year.
That's sick.
And so like 13th to 15th of December, and it's part of this like huge event in Nelson, which is like the top of the South Island in New Zealand, which is a beautiful area. It's like a big trail event. There's like up to it's like a 50k, 100k, 100 mile over the course of a weekend.
Which did that already exist?
See, that's what I thought it did. I think it
Yeah.
must have.
Yeah.
I feel like they couldn't have put that together.
And now they're adding on this more track component and with the bunch of mile races and a 5K.
Yeah, maybe like a road 5K for like any like all comers, and I think even the mile I think is open to like age groupers and like similar to. Is the Mary Mile like that? I think there is.
The
I think
must
one
be.
of those-
It's gotta
marathons the
be.
I think
day,
it's like the whole time.
the day like day after. So I think
Yeah.
the
It's
miles
linked to the-
first, and then the Honolulu marathon's like after. I think that's the main event. And
So
they have
then
this thing
like an
before.
elite road mile at the end of the weekend, with like bunch of prize money. I think like 5,000 or 6,000 New Zealand dollars for the win. And
So that's about two grand
Yeah, I was
American.
yeah. All right. No need to bring that up. All right.
They can buy you a couple of coffees in America.
That's good money in New
That's
Zealand.
good money in New Zealand. Yeah.
And they're paying a bunch of athletes to go down, and I was going to be doing it, and unfortunately, in the circumstances, I'm not going this year. But hopefully, we'll make it one year. But a couple of people that are doing it: Neil Gawley, Vince Ciardi, Tanner, Stewie McSwain, Brian Fay, and then some women. Mostly, these are all Australian, right? Georgia Griffith, Sarah Billings, Sophia O'Sullivan.
Yep.
Yeah.
Three
Well,
Aussies.
one represents Ireland, but
A lot of MTC.
MTC squad.
MTC squad.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, is Maya Ramsden not?
Maya is too busy in
Oh, yeah, she's at the
Florida
Bauman
going to her Bauman's, what is it, awards
presentation. Yeah, awards.
night. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well,
an
she's
announcement,
too good
right?
for it, George. She's
Yeah,
too good
exactly. So
For it. I also noticed with these lovely beans that we've got, one of the packages has been opened. Care to explain, George?
I don't know how that happened. All right. So I didn't open any. Wait, these hats. I didn't even see these hats. They're kind of sick, actually. I didn't open the rest of the package, but I did reach in and grab the beans last week. I couldn't wait a whole week.
What's your viewpoint? What's your consensus with these beans?
Tasty. I don't want to. I just want to let you guys have your own opinions.
Yeah, our own experience.
We'll
Well,
come
that's
together next week.
yeah,
So you can each take a bag home.
yeah,
Sweet.
exciting
And
stuff.
yeah, I'm sure we'll talk about it in the next couple of weeks as it's about to happen. But yeah, that's the spectacle. Thanks for the beans, guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thanks for the package. We're definitely going to enjoy them. And we also have in the notes, I didn't even realize this Valencia Marathon is this weekend.
Yeah, I
Mm.
threw that in there late, and I was just talking all about it, mostly because of what I put on there. Possible. What's his name?
Andy Buchanan.
Buchanan.
What's his PR?
He made the Olympics,
I think he's under 210.
so he's got to be. Yeah.
I think
And
the
what's Brett's
Australian
Australian
record's 207. Right.
That's pretty
Yeah, it sounds like
In
270
Tokyo?
something.
But he did mention that he thinks that a lot of. He actually had a really good article he chatted
Yeah.
about the marathon history, or the marathon for Australia, and he reckons that 206 is definitely in the cards, and either him or somebody else is going to run it soon. So, wishing him the best of luck for it, because Valencia is a pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's a good place to
course.
run fast. So potential Australian record attempt, maybe by
Mm.
Andy Buchanan, and a couple of texts with Matt Baxter, who's running.
Mitt
Really?
Baxter.
He
Is he fit?
I don't think he wouldn't be talking about the New Zealand record if he wasn't.
What's the Kiwi record?
It's pretty
222, I
fast.
think.
Man, just copping it.
Just
today.
copping it with the Kiwis. I'm sorry,
It's too
George.
easy. It's too easy.
I'm sorry, George. I'm
but-
pretty sure Geordie ran the Kiwi marathon record at a
In the
long
long
run.
run,
in,
yeah.
Neva. I think he's run it.
I think it's like 2080, maybe.
Yeah, which is very good.
By
Is it an old one?
It's not.
Is it Robertson?
It's Shane Robertson,
Oh, of
yeah,
course.
which is
How could I forget?
why
So-
Matt is especially motivated
Yeah.
He wants to
to,
get that done.
to remove that off the
Yeah.
New Zealand record list. So
Fair enough.
that could be interesting. Although, and the other thing that's hilarious, I don't know if Baxter's going for this one, but €1 million if you break the world record in Valencia.
It's a lot
Did
of
you
money.
really?
By the race.
We should
Some
probably
business
enter.
guy.
That's sick.
We should probably enter and just cheat, get a taxi or something, get halfway, and then just run it.
Some
$1
guy
million
ran,
for the world record's 201, right?
I think
No,
it's
it's too flat.
240.
Oh,
two
it's
maybe.
2040.
or 230 something.
That was
maybe?
done at London, right?
No, Chicago.
Yeah,
Chicago.
Chicago.
Yeah.
2 years ago.
So some guy
1
ran
year
201 last year. So I mean, it's
That was,
obviously
yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Conditions
it's-
must matter then. Because if it's just really fast, conditions are going to make it a lot faster.
Valencia is known
It's
to
good.
be maybe the fastest course out there, or among the fastest, but it's not a major, so it doesn't get the same caliber of athletes all the time.
That is what kind of makes it a tough watch.
Yeah.
Because it's like a place to run really fast, which means it's hard to watch if you know some guys running high 2.0s. It's harder to watch, and then it's like not as many top guys at the front.
There's $1 million prize money, though. That'll get a lot of the top people out there.
But
I
maybe
guess it's not even prize money, it's world
Yeah.
record money.
Yeah, it's just a
so unless you're just obscenely fit.
Yeah, you really get a bank on it. But that'll be
And
sick.
good luck to friend of the pod, friend of ours, Big Jordan Donnelly.
What's he going to run?
What did he tell me?
He's running 2:01.
220. I think he said 225 was realistic.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
So-
kind of crazy. They have the race going on after the recent
Yeah,
natural disaster that hit
Mm.
there. That is crazy.
that is true.
Hopefully everything.
Maybe they need it.
there.
Maybe they need.
Yeah, I
some-
guess it probably brings a bunch of money in.
Hopefully.
Good for the economy. Well, yeah, that'll be sweet. We'll be watching. But now, looking back to this past weekend, a little race that went down in Madison, Wisconsin, NCAA's XC, I think we can safely say once again lived up to the hype. Both men's and women's, individual and team. All the battles were amazing. What was the vibe out there for you, Olivia?
Oh, such good vibes. I missed college cross country so much, and I think that's like the hardest part of being out of the NCAA. But yeah, I just wanted to get back out there and run around the course and cheer for my team. So it was good vibes. There were a ton of spectators. I don't know what the actual count was, but Mick was saying he thought there would be like 8,000, 9,000 spectators out there,
Mm-hmm.
but there were only 5,000 tickets.
Yeah.
So
I did see it was like unlimited though.
yeah,
You had to.
So what does the ticket do?
Yeah, what did the
I don't
ticket
know.
do?
He thought a lot of people would sneak onto the course, which is what
Did you have to pay to go watch?
well, so I
so you snuck on?
Olivia, with the steeplechase, she just hurdled the fence.
it's easy. No, I think my sister actually snuck on, but I actually rode the team bus to the course with my
Oh,
team.
perfect.
Yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah.
Alright, what were the vibes like on the team bus?
Oh my
like,
gosh.
was it pretty? Like, could you just reminisce? Like,
I felt like I should be racing. I was
Yeah.
like, "Where's my jersey? I want to get back out there."
I mean, you only graduated a few months ago. Like,
Yeah.
those are
Yeah,
the
just
people
put it
you're
back
just
on.
training
No one
with.
will know.
and I've already been back to visit my team like twice, so I feel like I'm still a part of it. But
Yeah.
yeah, it was exciting to be back on the bus with the pre-race vibes. I think my coach needed a distraction, just like driving there. So
Did you get nervous?
I was more excited.
Just excited.
I was just like so excited to be back in that environment.
Mm-hmm.
What music does Notre Dame team play?
They weren't playing music.
Silence?
Yeah. Well, people were like chatting and laughing, and I was like, okay, these are good vibes. Like people seem pretty chill. But yeah, some people had headphones on, but nobody was playing music out loud.
what is it that you usually?
Dude, I knew you were gonna ask that question.
Well, you asked.
I
Notre
think-
Dame?
and I just forgot. We had this one song. I think my last year. All right, you're gonna have to come back to me.
We
Or
Are
I'm
the
gonna have to find
Champions
it.
by Queen. Is it that one?
No, it's
No, Eminem. Mike Smith loves
Eminem.
Eminem.
Yeah, Eminem.
I could see it.
I can't get your break today.
Matt Baxter's gonna put on some Eminem.
The Wisconsin team bus,
Baxter does
He loves
Eminem.
it's obvious. But Mick would always be trying to show us like music that he's found, and it'd always be like, no, we don't care, Mick.
There'll be some hipster music that he saw on Willie Street or something from some artists, but he would always try and shove it down our throats.
Yeah.
What would you usually listen to pre cross country meet? Would you listen or would you be chatting with the ladies?
I'd be chatting with the girls
Yeah.
mostly. Or like when I'm getting ready in the hotel, I prefer a more chill vibe, like to stay calm. So I'd listen to a lot of Noah Kahn,
Oh,
stuff like
yeah,
that.
yeah, nice.
It's pretty chill.
Yeah.
That's good vibes.
But if you were riding with Sparks, like to track meets in a smaller van, he'd always be playing like 90s rap. That's his go-to.
I actually kind of like that vibe as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love chatting up with the team before a cross race, though, especially.
Yeah.
That's when you need your seventh man to just be like, they don't have to be that good at running, but if they're funny,
Yeah.
it's like,
Just bring a good vibe.
yeah, just bringing the energy. That's what it's all about.
We had like ultimate 8th and 9th men that were just like
Bringing the
that were
energy.
just there for vibes.
Yeah.
Especially like 2017 in Louisville, we had like a great lineup of people not racing that really made the trip.
Vibe Patrol.
That's the best.
Yeah.
But so,
If that song comes to me,
yeah.
I'll let you know.
Absolutely.
Blurt it out.
Should we get into the women's race?
Yeah.
I mean,
Let's do
first off, we should just get out of the way. Your women did not
am.
they had a tough
Oh.
day.
Yeah, I thought you said you were a woman.
You're a woman.
You're a woman. Tell us what it's like.
It was a tough day for Notre Dame women. Yeah, a couple girls got really sick on Wednesday and just couldn't bounce back. And honestly, like, really proud of them for racing and even finishing the race because it seemed like they were going through a lot. And one of our other girls injured herself a little bit at ACCs. So if she didn't, then she probably would have stepped in for one of the sick girls. But, you know, these things happen and you kind of can't really control them sometimes. So it was a tough day for them. But, yeah, it was overall, I mean, we still had an All-American, Aaron Strzelecki. That was good. On the men's side, we had Isaiah Story, All-American. So that was exciting to see both of them do that.
Nice. And who was the team battle between on the women's side? Obviously, BYU. Who was contending with them? NAU was up there.
Yeah.
Initially.
BYU and
West
Oregon.
Virginia, too.
Oregon was ranked second
Yeah.
Yeah.
and had a...
What did they still did okay, didn't they? Or did they do terrible?
I think not good.
Okay.
Maybe top... Were they top 10 still?
I think so.
Maybe like 8th or 9th?
We got to get some results up.
I know.
The title of the interviews with Shalane were just like, Shalane very disappointed with Oregon's performance.
I
That
think
makes
they
sense.
were, there was a lot of hype.
Yeah.
I was scared to open it up and hear what Shalane was going to say, but
It was BYU, Oregon,
I think
NAU, and then
West
was West
Virginia.
Virginia.
because
Rankings at least.
NAU
Yeah.
was second.
No, they were fourth.
They were fourth.
They're still on the podium, ranked third.
Who
But-
was second to BYU? Was it
Providence was
They were
Providence?
third.
Was
They were
third.
third.
Yeah.
Okay.
Surprise.
Was it Alabama or someone?
I don't think it's Alabama.
Dang, I should really know
They were
this.
top 10.
New Mexico?
Second.
No, I
No.
think so.
I love that we don't know this. It was West Virginia.
It was.
West
Oh,
Virginia.
okay,
Wait,
yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
God
Oregon
damn
was
it.
actually fifth in the end.
Oh, they were fifth.
Oh, that's good.
That's
Okay.
Yeah.
okay.
All right, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, other great
But
teams
missing
got
the-
fifth this weekend. You know, other great teams got fifth. It's fine.
Are you saying Oregon's a
we-
great team?
No,
Are
I'm
you
just saying
doing
other
Shalane Flanagan's a
teams
great
that have
team?
these amazing dynasties and traditions got
It
fifth as
happens.
well. It happens, you know, George.
Happens.
Sometimes fifth is really good and sometimes fifth is really bad, though.
Yeah, depends on perspective and the legacy and dynasty of the team, right?
Yeah. But the BYU the BYU women did look pretty amazing.
They did,
Yeah.
They didn't have anyone like right up in the top pack. So as you watch the race, I mean they didn't dominate. And I think initially listening to Diljit Taylor afterwards, she said she was really worried. I think maybe through even 3K or maybe even later. But you could tell after 3K as the splits came rolling in, like the movement was in their favor, and they just like slowly, slightly moved up. And then NAU, who was maybe had been leading initially,
They led the early
was
splits.
just sliding back a little bit, and then came through, got the dub, and then at the front there was the big battle between a bunch of Kenyans
Yeah.
dominating at the end. Our girl Doris getting the win.
Doris,
Your good
yeah.
friend.
My bestie.
Your bestie.
Yeah. No, it was exciting to watch. The top 6 were like still so packed together through 5K, like even 5.5K. And then the top 3 split off after that. And it was a battle to the end.
Bunch of steeplechasers. Is the West Virginia girls that
Yeah,
went
Kaylee's
to the
a
Olympics in the
steeplechaser.
steeplechase?
Yeah.
Canada.
And then Doris steeplechaser. Lexi Holiday was up there. It's exciting seeing
Damn,
steeple do so well.
steeplechase girls are
Coming
starting to take
through.
over the cross country scene here.
Yeah, as it should be.
Yeah.
The races were, I think, both on the men's and the women's side, the races through the first few splits were almost a bit slower than what was expected. And that's just because, like, every cross-country race, it seems like this year and in the last couple of years has been crazy. Like, they run just lights out so quick. I think on the men's side last year, wasn't the first mile, Kai was telling me, it was like a 4:20 or some shit. Something ridiculous.
I think whenever they're like Oklahoma State or like Florida State courses, the first like K is like 2:30.
Yeah, they
every
just
time.
go crazy. But in this one,
The women really seemed to chill.
their second
Yeah.
K, I think, really slowed it down.
Yeah, they were like 10 wide.
Yeah.
I think Hilda started to take it out, and she was like alone up there, and then she backed off a little bit.
She was like, "Ooh, I don't want to be up here yet."
Yeah, don't want to pull Valley.
Too early.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was very exciting racing. And yeah, BYU, I think they looked amazing all year and they got it done. So credit to them. I mean, they've just been, it's funny because BYU is a school that gets a lot of hate for a variety of reasons. But damn, they're good at running cross country, aren't they?
And
Yeah.
executing when it matters too. They always seem to turn up. Which
And
Yeah.
is
I
very
love
impressive.
Diljit.
It's
love it.
definitely like.
Dorjeet's interviews she takes over the interviews. Have you noticed
yeah.
that?
Yeah, totally.
She's like, all right, my time. She'll just take over the interview. But they all interview well, and it's quite. And BYU have a very distinctive uniform as well. The white and blue, I feel like, is very easy to spot. So
yeah, they were definitely out for vengeance from last year.
Where NC State does not.
They're just not as good this year, I think.
Yeah, they lost some people.
Caitlin Tui's not there.
Oh yeah, Caitlin Tui.
Not getting it done.
Wait, what was my prediction? Oh yeah, Parker Valby. She wasn't in it, was she?
She didn't win.
She didn't win that much.
This is DNS.
I know.
She was DNS.
Technically.
She was DNS.
I guess
technically.
Do you have to make the start list first to DNS? There's everyone else in the world that doesn't race.
Well, I saw Kai.
DNS.
I saw Kai the other morning. I was like, why didn't you win? I put you down in prediction and Coffee Club to win, and he just looked at me blankly, and then I realized, oh wait, you're pro now. You're on our team. So,
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
One thing that we as a team, the OAC, did this year, so we did it last year as well, which made the viewing experience for us a little more exciting, was we did our little fantasy. And I will say this year, I think last year some people took it kind of serious, but this year it was like real serious. I think it took us 3 or 4 days to do it because there was like 15 of us, 7 picks, texting in the picks, and then, people get busy and all that. And it was very hotly contested. George and I had, Ollie didn't do it, but George and I had pretty good teams. I guess you had
I got third
even
place.
better teams.
I was really solid through 4 people. Like I was ahead of Dylan, who ended up winning.
Yeah.
Shout out Dylan Jacobs.
Dylan
But my fifth. That's what happens at cross country.
It's all
Yeah,
about
man.
it's all about the fifth man.
just as important as the first.
Yeah.
My fifth man really let me down.
Wait, who did Dylan have on his team? Just out of curiosity.
We could pull it
Amy
up.
Bunnish was
Yeah.
a huge pick for him.
So Dylan had it locked after the women's race. I can get the exact teams up, but he had it locked after the women's race because he had a crazy low score, and then he still had his top 2 picks were on the men's side. So like you knew that he was going to win, and it was just kind of like.
Did you have a pick you were proud of, like someone that like a sleeper pick? Because I had one that I'm pretty stoked about.
That's Schubert.
Dylan Sherbert.
I sat next to Dylan Schubert's parents on the plane there.
Really?
And we were chatting.
He's from Colorado. He's a local.
And his parents were just like super excited, raving about how hyped up and excited he was and how good he was feeling going into this
No
race.
way.
That's awesome.
And right when after that conversation, I was like, dang, George has a good pick. I told him, I was like, George Beamish picked your son for his fantasy team. And
what can I say? And
they were very flattered.
I picked him like 4th or something. Like,
yeah.
I think
he was still there
he
for a
was
while.
the biggest on the men's side, at least the biggest like
Overperformer
performer
from his
Yeah.
ranking.
dark horse.
It was the Eminem haircut.
Yeah, he looked so
Yeah.
so sick.
that
Like
haircut was dope.
the purple Furman he had
Yeah.
the fastest last K in the field. I'm pretty sure.
I was
Good.
Did you hear his story as well? That he recently was in. He got injured in outdoors, and then he was in a bike crash. I think during this season.
Jeez.
His parents were telling me about that.
All right, fuck, what a
Yeah.
legend.
So it's quite a comeback.
Yeah,
Damn, shout out.
great story.
Shout out.
All right, so he's not the reason I lost.
I'm looking through my team, and I didn't have any sleeper picks. I just had shooting blanks coming through. That was my first round pick.
I had the very last pick in the draft, so I had like picking a low stick was tough.
Yeah.
Just use that as my excuse.
No, but Dylan actually, he had Amy, who I think I didn't know about her before.
I
the
didn't
race.
know either. She's
Stanford.
Yeah, she ran super well at regionals, but that was her first race of the season, so it really
What?
could have gone either way. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
So
What'd she end up finishing?
She was fourth.
Fourth.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was kind of scared to pick her because you never
You
know
don't
how that's
know.
going to turn out. But
That's the beauty of it,
Yeah,
right? You just don't
exactly.
know. It's cross country is just kind of up in the air. Sometimes if you have a good day, you can crush it.
That was
Yeah.
the thing. Making the picks on the fantasy, some of them I was putting a lot of effort into. I was going through the TIFAs of everyone and going through the regional, and I'm like, but like this is NCAA cross. Like who the fuck knows what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
It's so up in the air.
And we saw that once again with people coming through that it's just so hard to predict. But
yeah.
that's what makes it so exciting, I guess.
My sleeper pick was Yassine, which I feel
Yeah.
he's been running well. But like last year, I guess
No,
he was
but
sick.
I mean, he way overperformed, I think, what anyone
Yeah.
predicted, because even on the Arkansas team, I think he's been the 3rd or 4th runner so far this season.
Yeah.
And then he came 4th in the end, I think.
Yeah, fourth.
That marathon strength.
I know,
apparently.
right?
Yeah, he's
him
funny.
and Ethan Strand both helped my team a lot.
Ethan
yeah.
Strand ran amazing for 1,500 guy.
Yeah.
Same with Liam
totally.
Murphy. I was really impressed with
Liam Murphy, Gary Martin,
Gary Martin.
all
Gary
these,
Martin,
Yeah.
all these like ACC 1500 guys.
Yeah, what's going on
It's
there?
crazy.
What's
it's all
going
that
on
double threshold. It's kind of
Yeah.
paying off in the cross country scene.
Yeah. So I guess we're onto the men's race, and like men's race similar to the women's, it was seeming a little bit tactical, even though they were running really fast. It was like almost tactical, where you could see. I found it really interesting that Graham Blanks, like, so Kai and I were watching it together, and Shooting Blanks was running so far on the outside the whole time, and we were both like, what is this guy doing? Like, run the tangents, bro. And then in his post-race interview, he's literally like, yeah.
Park of Albion all over again.
That's what we were thinking. And then he said, oh, no, I because they asked him about the falls, if they impacted him. He said, no, like, I decided to run the outside so I would avoid all the carnage in the falls. I'm like, well,
It worked out well for him.
it worked out real well because there were some crazy falls. One thing that I don't know, I didn't see this get talked about that much is that, so spoiler, BYU also won the men's, completing the sweep, third school or fourth school in history to do it. But they only beat Iowa State by maybe 15 points, and Iowa State's like
really
best
close.
guy fell over.
Oh my gosh, I didn't know that was Iowa State.
Yeah, it was like one of their best guys
Near
fell
the end
over.
of the race, right?
Wow.
It was like deep in the race.
Yeah.
Because I remember seeing it, and
Is that
the
the front?
commentators talking about it was kind of an intense fall. He hit the ground hard.
Yeah.
It was.
I don't know if he was, because you couldn't see because he was kind of behind the front pack, and you just see this guy go down. He's yellow and
You
like
can.
red.
You do see
yellow
that
and
in
red
the-
shorts, and you just see him go down. He hits the ground hard, but you don't know if it's him tripping himself or if somebody.
Was that the
clipped him.
fall that Hampton lost this year?
No, he
I
lost
think he
his
already
shoe.
had lost it.
Yeah,
Already
earlier.
didn't have it?
I
Yeah,
think so.
That
because he just
was-
kicked it off. It was like kind of off his heel, and then he just kicked it off.
Got flat tired.
Yeah.
That is
Yeah.
also insane.
Flat tired, got second.
Yeah.
No, because we were watching the race, and maybe you guys had a similar reaction or similar thoughts where we're like, why is Hampton not taking it? Like, you would think being sub 27 guy, he's going to take it at some point, kind of his style. But then, like, I didn't notice till real late that he only had one shoe on, and then we were like, what the hell? How is he doing this? How is he
Dude,
pulling this
remember
off?
Yeah.
at
So
NCAA's
impressive.
last year?
The fall?
He
fell.
fell and then still won. Wait,
Mhm.
he still won, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The 10 or
10K.
something?
That's so
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah,
I think
Drama.
he lost his shoe
Adversity.
like 5K in, so he had
I think it's a long way.
half the race.
Yeah,
It's a monster feat.
there was a picture, I think maybe Citrus Mag, where you could see his foot, and it was like very bloody.
Yeah.
I loved his like celebration in the last like 10 meters. Like he was pumped to still be getting
He
second.
knew it.
Yeah.
That's so impressive.
And
And
then-
also they traded
And then the jersey trade.
That was
yeah,
sick.
that was sick.
That was cool.
We should start trading jerseys with people. That's so cool.
I think that needs to become like that in the shoey, like in the professional scene. I want to see people take a shoey, not out of the Nike spike obviously because there's a hole there, but out of like a spike, just take a shoey and also do
Non-spike
a jersey,
perhaps.
maybe a jersey swap of like a big race, like if like it's a world championship or something, and like Yarrow could swap with.
I guess a national
Yarrow swapping
national
with Cole
jersey would
not
be
make
the
sense.
yeah.
a national jersey
It's
would
the same
be the one.
jersey, but if it's like a national difference there,
Would you swap a pro jersey? Is that like not kosher?
Yeah,
Oh,
I don't know.
true,
That's
you
a good
can't wear that
question.
brand.
You can't wear it, but you could.
but you
frame
could
it.
like it's maybe still cool. I don't know.
yeah. If it's with the right person,
Yeah, maybe.
You
If
know
you were
what I
competing
mean?
against like Mondo and Mondo's a cage, you want to swap jerseys, I'd be like, yes.
the Red Bull Puma jersey.
Yeah,
that'd be
I would
sick.
definitely
Yeah.
take it.
that would be sweet. And then we got to talk about Wisconsin as well, because from our little circle, it was so exciting because they raced it so well. I don't know if you could see it like being there in person, them coming through. Wait, what was your viewing? Like, how did you watch the race? Were you running the course?
I was running around. So honestly, I
everywhere.
feel like being on the course, you kind of miss some stuff that you would see on the live stream.
Okay,
so yeah, like
It's
I didn't
hard.
see the fall or Hoptum losing a shoe or anything. But yeah, I was running around with my teammates. We had like 40 of us. Basically everyone from Notre Dame who didn't run came out to watch, and so we just ran like to a few different places. But there were also so many spectators, so it's like you got to dodge people.
Yeah, it's hard to find a spot. Like,
Yeah.
even to like.
Yeah, so I
view
could
it.
only see like 2 or 3 spots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, on the stream you could see pretty well, like, and they did a really good job updating the splits as well, like the team splits and Wisconsin men. So we had Big Ten Bob, our leader, the King Bob. He went out real conservative, which apparently he said like he thinks that he's underperformed a bit in the last few NCAAs just because he's gone out too hard. So I think that was kind of on his mind. And so he went out back in like, he was 100 something at 1K and came through. But then and I was a bit worried because at those splits, the Wisconsin men, I think they were in like 27th or something. Like they were real at the first splits. And then every split, they just, as a pack, you could see them working together and moving through. and then they ended up 4th and almost 3rd for a second.
I thought
Almost
it was
third.
Scoreboard, they were
Yeah,
3rd.
I was by the scoreboard when they were updating the scores at the finish.
Yeah.
And Wisconsin, there were so many Wisconsin fans there, obviously.
Yeah.
But when they bumped down to 4th, everyone was like, "Oh,
Yeah, but
Who,
still,
who ended up
amazing.
third?
Arkansas. I think because Arkansas's 5th man was like way further back,
So it took a while to update.
So it took a while, for that to get in
Yeah.
there. But I don't know, it was sick, right?
It was pretty. I mean,
that's what
Way
you guys.
better than we
What's
did.
what you guys were trying to do, right?
we
The
were
last
so-
time I was in
I was
Wisconsin.
exactly-
reminiscing with my mum about it because I think the year it was in Madison last, we were ranked 4th going in. Morgan was a favorite to win. I was in great shape to hopefully run like All-American, and Olin, incredible runner. We had Ben Ardenschink and a few other really talented Wisconsin. Like we had the talent for it, but we could never pull it off. Like I think we were 9th or 10th.
9th or 10th.
I think you were ranked 4th. You finished 8th or 9th. This time you were ranked 8th or 9th.
They finished 4th.
Got the job done.
The most
much better.
Impressive
doing
thing
it.
I think for the boys was they came through really strong at the end, which is usually what happened to us was we'd usually be all right and then we'd just drop back the last few K. We'd lose a lot of places, but it was great to see it because I texted Mick and congratulated him, and he was obviously very stoked. So to get a podium finish at your home course, particularly if you're ranked that far back, is awesome, and it's great to see those boys. I think what did Bob end up finishing? Was he like in
around
the teens?
15th.
Yeah.
Which is
He was
good.
in the teams,
Really
and then Adam Spencer, shout out. He's a mid D guy, ran a 10K, almost got All-American. He was
Did you
60
see what he was
something.
wearing though?
I did see what he was wearing.
He had the half tights with the split shorts on
Yeah,
top. I was
I-
like, come on, man.
It
That's
was
probably
criminal.
worth. Must be worth like 40 places.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was criminal to wear
That
that.
was the difference between the 4th and
Spenno,
3rd, probably.
Spenno, if you're listening to this, mate, come on.
That is
that's not
diabolical.
acceptable.
And
That's
there
not
What?
was,
acceptable.
there was white, like it was the Under Armour white one. So it was
White
like
on
so-
white?
no.
Yeah.
Wait, is that maybe that's why?
Yeah, it's just nah. Like,
Maybe, maybe something
Maybe
had
it
happened.
was
Maybe
just-
it's something had happened to his white half tights.
you had to put something over them. Smart, actually.
Very smart. But I didn't know there's out of that team, I think there's only 2 Americans in the Wisconsin team of the
Yeah,
top
I
5.
was looking at him like, who are all these
Yeah,
people?
there's like one from
There's a
New
British
Zealand.
and a Kiwi.
Yeah, one
Really?
from-
They got
yeah.
a Kiwi.
A Brit.
And I
and
think
then-
they're pretty young.
Yeah.
I think
There were
so
quite a
lot
few-
younger than us,
There were quite a few New Zealanders in both races, actually.
Yeah.
and Aussies as well.
A lot of Aussie. It's getting a lot of international. It's
Very
getting more
international.
international every year. I think
Providence
like
women
Kenyans.
didn't. Providence women didn't have one American.
Really?
They came third. It was
For
like
them.
4 English chicks or something, Northern Irish, a Kiwi, and an Irish girl or something.
That's crazy.
I don't know. They're all
Yeah.
from all over.
Checks out. On the men's side, team wise, Oklahoma State were kind of the big, almost surprise in their underperformance.
Mm.
I didn't see the interview with Dave Smith. What did he say
I
about
just
it?
saw a couple of clips from it, but yeah, they were like, if not, I mean, I think BYU were ranked number 1, but I think it was like slim margins.
Mm.
Well,
and
last year they won, right?
Dude, remember they scored like 40 something points last
Yeah.
year.
it was insane.
I think they had like 4 in the top 10 or 15. Like it was actually insane.
Mm-hmm.
I think was that in Oklahoma State last year? Was it at home?
Virginia.
Virginia.
Oh yeah, maybe it was the year. Yeah. I think just like acknowledging how hard it is to like stay at the top of the NCAA, like young people, they all didn't have a good day, like, and just like acknowledging how hard it is to perform on a single given day.
Mm-hmm.
And he said like he's had 4 opportunities to defend a title, and he's only defended it once.
Yeah.
Just like how hard it is, basically.
You know who can't say that? Mike Smith.
Mike Smith.
I mean, that is also what he gave NAU some credit
Yeah.
for finishing the top 2 for 7 years in a row.
Mike Smith's last NCAA cross, that's kind of legendary right there.
End of an era.
End of an era. Ended on a pretty damn good note still. I mean, the
Solid.
expectations are way too high.
Yeah.
4th
Place and a 5th place. I'm sure they would have loved to both end up on the podium, but I think the men still outperformed their ranking by 1 or 2 places, without like, the
without
depth that
anyone
they
in the
used to
top
have.
10, like you need a couple people. Yeah, you
Yeah.
throw if you're coming 5th and then you throw a couple people in the top 10, then you're right up there.
I did notice with this NCAA course, particularly for the men, though, it was very individual heavy, I think. Like a lot of the individuals that were in the top 10, 15 didn't really have very strong teams. Whereas, like, I mean, like, for example, like for Wisconsin getting 4th and only having 1 All-American, a few years ago, you'd have to have 2 or 3 to kind of even get into the podium.
True.
It was very, very top heavy with the teams, and now it seems to be more individual stars with maybe a bit more diluted teams. So it's definitely made it much more interesting tactic-wise to compete because, for example, like most teams are probably running a lot together later back, maybe in 100th and then pushing forward. So that's pretty interesting. They don't have the low sticks of George Beamish and Luis and
just not
Baxter anymore.
Does not apply to me.
You're all American though.
It doesn't make you a low stick.
I mean, it does now, I think.
Yeah. I mean, so BYU, they had Casey Clean was up the front leading.
Dude, with like 2K to go, it looked like he was trying to put a move
he
on.
looked good.
He was the one pushing a lot of it. And yeah, did you guys see the picture that made it onto No Context?
I did see that.
It was like a picture of him winning. He was the NXN champ from 2015, and he's racing the NXN champ from 2023.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's
So
actually bonkers.
I mean, obviously we're going to talk about that all the time. Not going to let BYU forget how old they are, but they're so good. Like in the men's side, I mean, I'm kind of like, I guess I know a bit more what's going on with men than the women generally, and just like seeing how good they do just blows my mind. The way that they're able to get these people whose names like I don't know to be able to just run in the top 10 or the top 20 and just stick there and just
like their second runner, Creed something
Thompson
like
or something.
11th or 12th. He was literally he finished a lower place at like conference.
Yeah, how's that possible?
And then they show up to NCAAs and they're just
I mean,
they're doing something right, and maybe it might have been the olive oil.
yeah,
Oh yeah, I saw that at the
I
start.
love that.
I was watching it with Meg, and Meg's like, "Why are they putting olive oil on their arms?" And I was like, "Bro, I don't even know." And we had
But
to
it
like,
works.
they had
works.
an interview
Yeah.
afterwards. Apparently, it helps with the cold.
It's cold out there. Like we would put Vaseline on our knees.
Yeah, well, that's what
Yeah.
I support the
Yeah.
olive oil. That's like a nice natural alternative to like petroleum jelly.
Yeah.
It is definitely
That's so
natural.
funny.
No, it's a good move.
You end up smelling good.
Yeah.
What did I soon said something? They come home and
Pizza.
smelling like a pizza.
Yum, yum,
Yeah.
yum. It was crazy. Because I was watching like James Corrigan, Olympian, and he's like their 7th runner.
Dude, didn't even score.
That's
Just-
crazy.
What do they do? Do we need to start
Have you
taking
seen
on some lifestyle
Yeah.
changes? I don't know, maybe not the Mormon side of it.
So Cinta and I have recently been watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives.
Oh my gosh.
Have you seen that?
I've seen a lot about it.
Apparently,
I've-
it's incredible
crazy.
TV. Sage has been talking about
So
it in the gym.
addicting.
I haven't seen the actual show, but
It's wild.
I'm on TikTok.
I
so
highly
see
recommend
it.
What are your takeaways?
Yeah, I'm trying to link that what I've viewed on there and link it to running somehow. it's not easy
Yeah.
because they live the women on that show are living a very different lifestyle that's not very conducive to running.
Yeah.
My biggest takeaway so far is it's crazy the amount of sugar that they consume
Yeah.
because
Mm.
they
The
can't-
44-ounce sodas.
well because they can't have like caffeine and alcohol. They just
They make up for it with sugar.
they do this thing. Ollie, don't go to Utah.
Dude, I'm like thinking about booking a flight right now.
So they have like I don't know if they're not restaurants. They're just for drinks. They're like cafes.
Oh, like the soda shops.
yeah,
like
soda
Swig.
shops.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jenna gets them when she goes
You know
skiing in
about
Utah.
these?
Yeah, Jenna loves them.
So they take sodas that exist, soft drinks,
Right.
and then they add extra sugar and other flavors to them. So
You
they
add,
take
like,
a Mountain
syrups
Dew
and stuff.
and they make it sweeter.
Dude, do all these Mormons have veneers or something like that? How do their teeth survive? Like even with soda alone, it's really bad.
And they
but-
eat so many donuts and cook. Like that's
Holy
just what
shit.
they do when they party because they can't do.
Yeah,
other
so they
things.
just go on a
So
sugar,
they're all just on sugar highs.
sugar highs. Yeah.
So I think
Damn,
that's
I need to watch
that's a
this
takeaway.
show.
They're carved up.
That's actually good. That's actually good learning
Mm-hmm.
right there. I think that's really worthwhile.
That's very interesting.
That and no running on Sundays.
No running on Sundays. That's
Yeah.
right.
Take
Yeah,
it out.
Take a day off and eat a shit ton of sugar.
My question that I'm loving to ask our team: how do you think we would do in that race situation? Olivia, you were there. How do you think you would have done that women's race? Do you reckon you would have crushed it?
Oh my gosh. I wanted to be back
You
out
wanted
there.
to be back in it. You'd be like, I want to race right now.
Yeah, I want to
compete."
rematch with Doris.
Yeah.
No, but those girls are absolutely crushing it.
It's pretty
Yeah.
pretty incredible at that like collegiate level. You still think, wow, these
Yeah,
they
and
can
it's
compete
such
with the very best.
such a toss up too. Like those top 6, I feel like any of them could have won on any
Yeah,
given
if
day,
they're on a good day.
which
Very
makes it
competitive.
exciting.
I was definitely thinking on the men's side, if we had the top 5 boys here at the OAC, could they win the team title? Which
I think we
honestly,
would win.
I think we would because looking at how well Dylan and Kai are doing at training, I was like, dude, they'd carry us pretty hard. They'd definitely carry me and Yared if we were on this side.
Dude, we could take the team title.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think
we also have Joe.
Shooting blanks is
I was gonna
running
say-
unbelievably.
Yeah.
this guy's very good right now.
He's just as good as any
Do you reckon-
professional runner.
I would love to see him. I just have this vision of like him, Joe, and Morgan like sprinting the last 200 meters, but all gassed out.
I think we could get it done over BYU, and we'd have an elite like squad going in there. One of the things I was gonna say, just talking about BYU. Have you seen the training videos of them? Where they have like 100 people out there.
Their team is so
I think
big.
I think they have no cap on their roster. They have like 100 people, and they're just all sprinting around a
Do they
grass
have
field.
scholarships or?
Well, it's just
how does it
everyone.
work?
It's just a lot of good
I think
Mormons go to BYU.
I think if you're Mormon,
It's like education's free.
it's very cheap.
Yeah,
If
or
not,
cheap.
I don't know. Is it free? Maybe.
I don't know. Maybe. Yeah.
Cheap. Got to be real cheap.
If you're not Mormon though, say like I wanted to relinquish my professional status, give all my money back, give Gus back, give my car back, and then go back to
you could
college.
maybe make top 7.
Could I go to BYU and do I have to pay?
You don't have.
Because I'm not Mormon. I'm not.
I think you have to be part of the church.
You can just join the church.
Yeah.
join the church.
Yeah, you could do that.
And then I would make top 7, George. You reckon?
I think you got a shot.
But the issue is, I would definitely become a diabetic if I lived there, for sure, mate.
Only
If
if,
they're having that much
only if
sugar.
you stop running.
That's
You
true.
just have to leave as soon as you stop running.
As soon as I retire, I just not stay there. Otherwise, I'd end up not being good for my health.
Is Blanks running track
2 weeks.
for Harvard?
EU.
Yeah. He's still got full eligibility.
For both seasons. Wow.
Yeah.
He's 22, isn't he?
Well, because if you're at the Ivy then and you're still there competing, that means you're within 4 years.
True, you
he's
can't
22, correct? Age-wise.
He's young.
I was telling my fam, like, impressive career already. Back to back,
the repeat.
NCAA winner, Olympian for the US, and also NCAA record holder in the 5K indoors. Does he still have that?
No,
Nico?
Nico ran 12:50.
Oh, Nico did get it.
7 or 8, but
Yeah.
maybe he might be in 2 weeks.
He might be 2 weeks. He could get that back.
He said
I
he
guess.
was going for
Dude,
world champ
incredible
standard.
career, man. Like, and you would never. I mean, not that you would never.
Shout out to
expect it, but
Gibby.
Shout out to Gibby. Shout out to Harvard as well. Out of all schools, you think, okay, maybe it's an Oregon kid, maybe it's an NAU kid, maybe it's a Wisco kid. A Harvard kid breaking all those records, you're looking at it, it's like, wow, it's pretty sick. Because you know
makes
that
sense
they
in
don't-
our sport, though, I reckon.
It does, but also I think with scholarships too, like they don't give out scholarships Harvard, right? So like it's cool to see someone just go to Harvard and then just crush and running. I think that's a cool thing because usually, it's a scholarship game where that school offers good scholarships, they have good athletes, but to see voted for Pedro, crushing it. Graham voted for Pedro. We all voted for Pedro, so that was pretty sick.
Yeah.
Should get him back on the pod, honestly.
Yeah, he's probably too big for us now.
Yeah, we got him at the right time.
We get on there. No, he's funny, and I do love his interviews. And yeah, he has full eligibility. And then this year, like different from last year, he scraped his way onto the US team. Whereas this year, with how late Worlds is, and he's obviously going to go professional, he'll be able to have a full he'll be able to take a break off NCAAs and get back into it. Probably, I don't know. So it's going to be a big year for him. Shout out to kind of Parker Wolf as well, who we had heard that he'd been injured during the season. He still rallied and came around 10th. So that was impressive to see. I think he probably, honestly, after the first race of the year, I thought he was going to win. And then, so it's probably really hard for him to go from like NCAA champ in the outdoor 5K to a lot of pressure and then injury. I think he's still young as well.
Yeah, senior, right?
I don't think he's a senior. Is he?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, maybe he's not that young. I thought he was really young because I thought he was even, I don't know, maybe he's a senior, I guess. I don't know. But regardless, there's going to be some amazing
sophomore, junior, and senior
matchups.
anymore. I feel like they just have whatever. I think
Yeah.
you just turn up at the end of the day now in the NCAA.
You're in the NCAA. It doesn't
you're
matter.
just in it. This is my 3rd year. I'm a 35-year-old guy.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But Ollie did ask Olivia how she thought she would do, and she was pretty humble about it, considering that last year she did come 3rd in the race. So,
Yeah, you didn't give me an actual result. You're just kind of like, I would love to compete, but yeah.
Olivia is very, very, very good at running. She's very good at the steeplechase, very good at cross country. One thing that's really surprised me so far is the fact that I've heard that in the last few weeks you've put in, like, considering that you are that athlete who, 3rd at NCAAs, I've seen you crushing aerobic workouts or all workouts, but like these 4-star workouts recently, that you're just now putting in your highest mileage ever, and it's like 60 miles a week.
Yeah, 60
That's
was
crazy
my
to
max
me.
in high or college, but
You had a good coach.
yeah, he did things well. Yeah, But now Dathan's calling me Marathon Markezich because apparently.
Seriously? Oh, that's dangerous.
I know. It makes me
That's
worried. He joked
Oh.
about me doing New York next year.
in the first 2 months of your pro.
Yeah,
of
yeah.
moving out
I
here.
can see Dathan pacing in his house going, she's going to be a marathon star.
Yeah. Makes me a little nervous.
Oh, no.
That's his
But-
dream for everyone, though. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
He wants
yeah.
everybody that's currently on the team, he just wants them to just continue and just be marathon runners when they're like
Yeah.
35. He
Yeah.
doesn't want anyone to leave.
Yeah.
He's way more invested in my training since I'm doing the half marathon. Even though I haven't told him that I'm going to focus on the 5K next year, but he thinks I'm moving up to the marathon, so he's way more into it. It's working out really
That's good
well.
because then you can have that bonding phase, and then when you get back to the 5K, it's like, okay, well, the future there. It's there. The marathon's there.
But
Just got to lead him on.
Yeah,
yeah, as long as I can, just to get that attention. But no, how has the transition been so far? It looks like you've been crushing
Yeah.
it.
It's been good. It's been a smooth transition. I kind of got used to Dathan's training over the summer, just going straight into it after the trials. And Dathan and Sparks did a good job talking and blending training, it seems like, over that summer of like a trial period of being pro and getting into pro races. And so, yeah, I feel like their training is honestly pretty similar. So it hasn't been anything too crazy to get used to, but I've been liking it.
And you had an amazing amount of success last year, both as a collegiate, but even after that, we'll talk about obviously USA's what went down there, and you were in the Diamond League final last
Yeah.
1 month after leaving college. You're qualifying for the Diamond League final, absolutely crushing already. Everything's clicking. I guess we should talk about USA's because that was
Yeah, the trials.
crazy.
Yeah, it was a little crazy, a little disappointing, but that stuff happens and you learn from it.
Was that your first race?
That was my
For-
first race
for
for
on?
OAC. Yeah,
Let me see. Yeah.
as a pro. And I felt great. It was
You looked-
good.
you looked great.
That was great. Yeah.
Up until the last water jump, and
Yeah.
I clipped that water jump, and the landing was just super tough and shot my legs. And then I went over that last hurdle and just belly flopped onto the track.
Yeah. Got back up,
No.
still ran a PB.
Still ran a PR.
9:14.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah, and you still came. Was it 6th?
6th place. Yeah.
And you ran. Sorry, you might not know this. Do you know what the trials record was before that race?
Oh,
Do you-
I think it was 9:09.
Okay.
I'm not sure though. But then Val ran 9:06.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it was a little above 9:10, somewhere around there.
But
The base of US steeplewoman right now is
It's
Is
incredible.
it as good as it's ever been?
I'd say it would
specifically in that race, I think it
Yeah.
became,
in that
Yeah.
race,
it
it
became
seemed
the
like
best.
be. The
I mean-
depth in it is insane.
I think 8 people ran the A standard.
Yeah.
yeah,
Olympic
like
standard.
maybe a few years ago it was like, okay, Emma and Courtney were running like 8:57 or whatever the heck she
Is
was
it under
running.
9?
8:50.
I don't know.
What is the
American-
American record? Is it under 9?
8:55, I think, or 8:57. No, it's
think so.
8:57.
It's something
yeah,
crazy.
Yeah.
Has Emma Coburn run under 9 minutes?
I don't know if she
I
has.
think
I
9
think
flat.
Very
maybe
close.
9
But like-
flat.
But it seemed like there was less depth, and now it
Yeah.
seems like there's kind of more people in the 9
Mm.
O's to 9 10s.
It's very
Is that
competitive.
how you'd describe it?
Yeah, I
Probably.
would say so. I would say there's a lot of depth too. And I think that's the thing with steeplechase. You never know who's gonna rise to the top in any race. Like anything can happen. It's so volatile. Anyone can fall.
Oh yeah, we experienced that twice with you and with Leah. Our first
Yeah.
year, she was
Oh.
in
Yeah, that's crazy.
position to make the games, and she tripped in the last lap.
I was watching that race.
yeah,
I was
and
there.
then I mean Chrissy Gear as well. Like when she won, was it the Eugene?
Yeah.
World Championships
that
qualification.
was USA's 2023.
23, yeah. Like she won that, and I don't think anybody picked her to win that. So
Exactly.
it's pretty. I mean, that's why steeplechase is very entertaining. I think.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's so entertaining. And Marissa Howard qualified for the Olympics with
Yeah,
Massive PB.
22-second PB or something like
Insane.
that. It's insane.
it's a pretty amazing event. I think it's very exciting. Once you get to, like you know the players, and you're just like, I don't know what's gonna happen, and
Yeah.
I'm nervous. So
Anything can happen.
yeah,
It's
it's
super fun to watch.
It's a great event to watch.
But coming out of college, you're in an amazing spot. Like to kind of have the base of already having run as fast as you've run, and like now you're becoming a pro, so you assume you're gonna, progress and get better and better. You're in an amazing spot to kind of ride that wave, hopefully to the top.
Yeah.
We'll be we'll be watching it. Looking at your progression, it is pretty crazy though. Maybe we'll take a step back. So you're from Washington, high school. You told me before you're from a smaller high school, state champ. Your father, how good was he at running?
He was good. He ran at Notre Dame as well, so followed in his footsteps. But he was a All-American in cross country, 11th place, which was my
wow.
first All-American as well. So we had like our 11th place trophies next to each other in his office for a bit.
That's cool.
He was school record holder for a while in the 10K. And then his senior year, I think it was between like him and one other guy who were ranked top 2 for the 10K at NCAA's for outdoor track. And he ended up having a stress fracture, and he was on the phone with the team doctor the night before the race deciding if he should run or not. But it was bad enough that you could see on the x-ray. So they ended up deciding like if he ran, it could break all the way through, and it'd be best if he didn't.
Damn.
So.
But he was pretty legit.
But he was legit, yeah.
And is it true that, were you a walk-on at Notre Dame, or is that not true?
Yeah, that's.
Because I saw that in your Wikipedia, and I was like, is this, like, that makes no sense to me.
Yeah, so I technically had book scholarship, so like the very minimal amount of scholarship that you can get. I just got like free textbooks. But Sparks says I was a walk-on. He's like, no, technically you were a walk-on, like claim that. And then to be able to progress from where I was coming in to like where I ended up in college was like absolutely incredible. And obviously it's all due to Sparks and his incredible coaching.
That is kind of what I want to talk about, because you started in 2019 and then COVID, like you competed 2019.
Yeah.
And then COVID happened, so there's no races for a period of time. And then you came out on the other side and you were like, you know, exploding. Like you just were so much better. Was that kind of how it was in your experience? Like
yeah,
COVID,
honestly,
you just trained and then you came out on the other side just a new athlete?
A little bit. COVID was kind of like the biggest blessing for me, like not only for giving me a full 5th year, because I don't know if I would have gone pro if I didn't have a 5th year. And I never redshirted a season for an injury. So that was like super beneficial to have that extra year. But my freshman year, COVID happened, outdoor track got canceled. Sophomore year, we still had like somewhat of a cross country season, but that didn't go that great. And then we went home for Thanksgiving break, and our winter break was 10 weeks long because we like ended semester 1 at Thanksgiving and then didn't start again until like February or something. And so having those 10 weeks to just train and like put in like good like endurance space training and that was the first time I got up to 60 miles. That was like super beneficial. And then I came back, we had an indoor season, and I qualified for the indoor 3K nationals, which I think was kind of like the turning point in my running career, where I kind of saw myself as being able to be at the top of the NCAA.
Yeah. Well, you did have a lot of success in like indoors as well. Like it's not like you were just like a steeplechaser. I mean, you came second, I believe, in the indoor 3K and the DMR.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're behind like Parker Valby.
Yeah, and then
arguably the greatest of all time.
Second behind Caitlin Tui the year before.
Yeah.
I got second a lot.
Yeah. Is that the indoor 3K must be one of your favorite events to run as well?
It's a ton of fun. Yeah. I mean my favorite is like the DMR. You can't beat that. Just having your team and the excitement around that. But the 3K's up there too.
Yeah. Yeah, the DMR you were behind. Was it BYU as well there?
It was BYU. Yeah.
Classic.
Their anchor had the race of her life. Yeah. But yeah, that was incredible.
They just pull it off every time.
They do.
Every time.
Yeah.
They get it done. I was very jealous of the indoor facility, now that we're talking about indoors, that you guys had at Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
You probably didn't ever run on them, did you, George? But their track is it over? It's a bit over 300.
Yeah, it's 320, so it's exactly 5 laps to a mile, which is really nice.
And you just feel like so fast running on it.
Yeah, and it's super easy to like pace workouts and see your split, because I just divide. Like if you're running a 5-minute mile, it's just 60-second laps.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, we would also do that in the Dome, but in lane like 5 or 6. It was like 320 if you were out in like lane 5. Be really nice, and we ran a lot of 5-minute miles.
Yeah.
That is nice. Cinta was sorry, you go.
No, go.
Cinta was telling me that did you battle with Cinta in the DMR in college as well?
I sent a photo of that to her.
Yeah.
But that was like, yeah, we battled as the anchors in our DMR. And she just outkicked me.
Was that
yeah.
NCAA's in 22?
That wasn't even NCAA's. That was Alex Wilson.
Oh, that was at Notre
was like
Dame.
The meet at Notre Dame, the meet where like everyone's trying to run a last DMR to qualify for nationals.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense.
Yeah.
And you did. So you won an NCAA title in the steeple your second last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fair enough. So you had so much success there, and you said you don't think you would have gone pro if you had a 5th year.
I don't know.
I'm trying to work out that comment as well because you said that and I'm thinking, shit, how did I go pro? I
didn't have a fifth year.
I also did not place. I think I placed like twice maybe in the 15. Like I won once. So I was like, Olivia, what's going on here?
I mean,
what do you mean by that?
My senior year, like before my fifth. I mean, I knew I was coming back for a fifth year.
You already had an NIL your fifth year off your fourth year.
Yeah.
So you already were sponsored.
Well, I think my mindset senior year was still just like run a fifth year and then get a normal job. And the deciding factor to go pro was when I got fourth at USA's in 2023, like the summer before my fifth year. So that was like the turning point.
Wait, you got fourth 2 years? Wait, you got fourth the year before?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
But yeah, and that's probably why I got the NIL too. But
that's just so Notre Dame of you because that's probably exactly what Yared was
Yeah,
saying
yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
I
no,
was
but
saying the
like
same
if
thing.
that was the end of my career and I wasn't going back to the NCAA, then I probably would have hopefully had a job lined up and just started working.
What
after
kind
that.
of normal job are we talking?
Like consulting or marketing research,
Business.
something.
Just business.
Yeah,
Something very very
Thrilling.
intelligent.
Something
Notre
thrilling.
Dame standard. Yeah. Yeah, it's funny. There must be some sort of like culture thing there at Notre Dame that where it's like
very locked in on
the education,
life.
like the life and the actual real world out there. Because you and Yared have had the same thing where it's
Yeah.
like
and none of us
one
rest of us feel the same.
very very talented runner could easily go pro, make a career out of it. It's like I'll probably get a job.
Yeah.
It's like me convincing Yared, like, oh, you should just milk this career. He's like, nope, dentistry. I'm doing dentistry this time. Got it all planned out. I was like,
yeah.
you're
I
one of
mean,
the best runners.
you're not really gonna put yourself through that unless you want that education to have a good job.
That's
Like
true.
it's a tough school, so
It is a tough
people
school.
there, they want
Yeah.
to be well rounded.
Do you reckon that helped you with your running? How competitive it was, even in the classroom, to when it's on the track? I feel like that kind of helps.
Yeah.
Or you're like, oh, I just need a break, and I'm just gonna hang out with the girls. And
Yeah. I mean, it was definitely. I mean, everyone there is just such a top tier student and athlete in person, and
Yeah.
so
Man, I hate Notre Dame.
it's just so type A, and so it definitely like raises the bar for you.
I just want to let you know, Olivia, Wisconsin's also a great school.
No, it is, and
Yeah.
no.
What about
Notre Dame's alright. Notre Dame's alright.
NAU's great too.
Thanks, Lydia. That means a lot.
Yeah.
NAU's got the dome.
Exactly.
The Lumberjacks.
The Lumberjacks,
The
baby.
Lumberjacks.
Jacks.
Yeah.
All right.
So funny.
Let's get back to running. Enough of this.
Yeah. Enough of the brainy stuff.
Wait, did you run steeple in high school?
I did a little bit. I always thought it looked kind of cool just watching it. They had it at like one preseason meet in high school, and then my coach was like, "Oh, you're gonna get injured. Like you shouldn't try that. You're just gonna injure yourself." And I was like, "Yeah, you're right." And then my junior year, she stepped down from coaching track, so my dad took over our track team, and they had steeple at like a postseason meet, like Portland Track Festival, and he was like, "Oh, well, you could do it after the season. Like, you don't want to ruin your season by doing it in preseason." But so we just looked up some YouTube videos and watched how to do a water jump and went to a
Amazing.
public track and put
That's what George did as well.
yeah.
Pretty much.
we put the barrier over the sand pit and just tried it, and I entered Portland Track Festival, and I thought it was super fun. So I knew I wanted to try that in college.
What
But,
did you run
yeah.
as a high schooler? Do you remember?
It was
It's probably only 2K, right?
2K I did Portland Track Festival and then New Balance Nationals, and I think it was like, I don't even know what my time was. I hope this isn't wrong, but I think it was somewhere around like 6:17 or something for 2K.
It's pretty quick.
It does sound kind of fast.
It's really
I
quick.
don't even know. I don't know.
But
Maybe
you're
that's
very
wrong.
quick.
Maybe
Yeah, no, that's like
it might be like 6:54. Honestly, like
Okay, somewhere in that range.
somewhere in that range.
There was a 6 at the front.
There's
definitely,
a 6.
yeah,
I
that's
don't
the
think I
important
could
part.
run that.
Sub 7. That's quicker than I ran in my 2K steeple when I was in high school.
Really?
6:17, I think it probably
Dang.
is.
Dang. Okay, it's probably much
Yeah,
slower.
but
than
I was
that.
really very bad. at
You
steeple.
got to remember there is a hurdling factor to this, Olivia, and I don't know if we're very good hurdlers other than this gentleman over here.
Yeah. I did 1 3K in high school though, and that was 11:01. So I do remember that. That was in Miami though, so it was really hot.
Miami.
Yeah, that
Wow.
was for to qualify for like under 20 worlds,
Oh, cool.
which I didn't qualify, but it was fun.
Yeah, fair. So wow, you have been, because I always thought it was kind of weird in America that a lot of people don't start steepling until college, because
Yeah.
in Australia we do like a lot of people that do the steeplechase, they've done it since they're probably like 14 or 15. Is it
Mhm.
more normal? age to get
Dang.
into it. So it is cool that you actually started before college. You've been very true, very loyal to your event.
Yeah. Yeah. My dad honestly really encouraged me to do that because I think I really need to do a lot of fact checking, but he did it in 8th grade in New York, and it is a part of the regular season in New York. So I think he might still have the 8th grade like New York record in the steeple.
It'd be sick.
Yeah.
There's a lot of good runners come through New York.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Do you like doing all the hurdle stuff? Like
Hurdle drills.
drills, workouts? I know I always see you're always doing the hurdle stretch still.
Yeah.
Like now.
Well, I need to stretch a lot. I'm
Which
not
is
naturally
like-
flexible.
I don't know when you're gonna run a steeple. 6 months maybe.
Yeah.
But you're on the
Gotta keep it
hurdle
up.
stretch grind.
Yeah.
I could learn a thing or two probably.
It's
Right.
just
From an
natural. I
actual
think it's just
steeplechaser?
natural for Olivia. Like post run, she just goes into the stretch position.
Yeah.
Second
I have
nature.
to. Yeah.
Geordie, you've
It's
got
gonna be nice having someone else at practice.
You can mentor Geordie, Olivia.
Yeah.
can mentor him.
I don't know. We need to get one of the woman barriers built. I see that barrier at the team gym, but
Yeah.
it doesn't seem like it can be adjusted to
Yeah,
a woman's
that's not
height.
very.
It's just a piece of wood. I
Yeah.
don't think it'll be adjusted. Or
the
you
one
just
at
hurdle
the
that
one at the track is adjustable.
They do have one at the
Uh-huh.
track.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
good.
Or you just hurdle the one that Dathan made, and then when the women's steeple comes up,
Yeah,
you
you'll-
just see
dude,
Olivia
imagine-
fly
Yeah.
over.
Imagine how good you'll be if
That'd
you just
be-
train at the
And
men's
there goes
height.
Olivia.
Yeah.
She just cleared the whole water pit because
That's
she's
so
been
true.
hurdling.
It's an amazing
That's the
idea.
secret.
Or I would just train on the women's ones, and just be run like the reps would just be so fast that then I'll go back.
And
Yeah.
then you get in a
Probably
race
fall.
and you're like, what am I
And
doing?
then you literally just almost clip the top of the barrel. You're like, oh shit, this is not the women's hurdle.
After the fall at USA's, was there any like hurdle, like mental
Oh my
Like-
gosh, yeah.
block with seeing a hurdle after that?
Yeah, and there's
And
just
then, like
so
the
much.
next race was like,
Yeah, well, so
because I know you fell. I don't know if you know. I know Olivia fell before the Paris Diamond League, like
Yeah.
in warming up,
So, like,
just doing a hurdle stride.
a week before.
Dathan was scared out of his mind.
Oh god, I can imagine Dathan.
Yeah, a week after the trials. Yeah, I found out
it was right after.
it was so quick after, which I think was a good thing mentally to just like get back to
Straight
it
back on the
and
horse.
just steeple like again before I let the like fear fester of like falling in a steeple. But yeah, I was warming up for the race and I jumped a hurdle and I wiped out. Like it might have been worse than my Olympic trials wipeout. I like literally rolled on the track and
Oh no.
Dathan was like, all right, you good? I was like, yeah, I'm good. That won't happen again. He was like, okay, good. Don't do anymore. Just get to the call room.
Oh, that was on the warm up track.
Yeah, that was warm up track.
Okay, that's better because I've seen people do it on the actual track.
Oh, like once they
Yeah.
come out.
when they're doing the
Dude,
track.
I have a rule. I don't steeple on the actual track once they come out. I
Really?
don't. Because what if I fall right when I'm getting on the start line? Like that's even worse.
Good rule.
I
So
have never thought about that.
Smart.
yeah. So
Well, Olivia ended up coming fourth in that race, so and
And I-
qualifying for the Diamond League final.
Yeah.
So all was well.
and I got a little PR too. So it was good. But I didn't fall in that race. So that was like the main thing. I was like, okay, I got through a race without falling. And there is still, then I had, I don't know, months before I raced the Diamond League final. I was hoping to get into a steeple sooner to try to run a fast time because I think by the end of the season, by the Diamond League final, I was a little burnt out. But yeah.
I don't know how you
it's-
didn't get into Rome.
Yeah.
That's
They don't like
Politics.
Americans.
No,
That's what
yeah.
I was
That's
told
what it
because
that
seems
seemed
like.
political.
I remember asking Ritz, I was
They
like,
had
why is
Americans
Olivia not
there.
in?
They had a bunch of
They
They
had-
had the top ones,
Yeah.
but the people that call it like that were in the actual race, like I don't want to be a dick, but like the last maybe 1/3 of the race, they were just slow. They
Yeah.
were not like a Diamond League standard, but I think they just put them in because they didn't want to have like 6 Americans in.
Yeah.
But that's the thing is like they have like 6 other people in the country. Like I think at one time they had 5 Australians in one race.
I think they had like a ton of Polish people too,
Yeah.
which was so
which is
random.
a bit random.
Poles.
But I think Dathan
Yeah.
just said the meet director is not a fan of Americans for whatever reason. It might be
Yeah.
a bit political, but I mean, yeah. Hopefully you'll get there at some point. I mean,
Well,
what's
you will be. You will get there.
Yeah. What's
Thank
Yeah.
you're already there. What
Yeah.
is that?
You're already there. Is there a race like looking into because you obviously newly started professional career? Is there a race that you really want to like look forward in doing if it's a Diamond League or?
Yeah, I mean, any Diamond League, just being able to place high at that level would
Yeah.
be super exciting. Yeah, Eugene would be fun, just being
Eugene.
in the U.S. too.
Eugene would be sick. I think any American is like Eugene Diamond League would be
Yeah.
pretty epic.
Exactly, yeah.
Do you know what your season looks like now? Because I mean, we went through your past results in college, and you were so consistent at performing across all 3 seasons, cross country, indoors, and outdoors. And now as a pro, you know, you don't quite have that same structure.
Yeah.
How are you going to do it with indoors and then leading into outdoors? Do you have that planned out?
A little bit. I got confirmed for Melrose, which is exciting. I got to do
For
another
the
3K.
2 mile? 3K.
Yeah, it's 3K, right?
Maybe it might be women 3K,
Okay.
men 2 mile or something. I think that's how it was
Is it
last
a
year.
2 mile again?
I
Do we
was
know?
told it was a 3K because me and Yara are doing it. But
Oh.
That makes
maybe I'm
sense.
wrong.
It does sometimes like switch back
It's,
and forth.
it's normally
It's like 3K, 2 mile, 3K, 2 mile.
Yeah.
I think it was a
Dang.
2 mile because Kerr wanted to break the world record.
Possible.
World best or whatever it's called.
Mm.
But I don't know. We'll see. But it's
Very
3K.
cool.
That makes
Melrose.
sense.
That'd be exciting.
Yeah.
Have you run Melrose?
I haven't. I got invited last year, but it was in between our Notre Dame like DMR meet and then NCAA's. So it would have been too much to race or in between the DMR meet and ACC's. So it would have been a lot to race 3 weekends in a row. But then I'll do USA's, indoor USA's, and I think that's going to be it for.
Would you
indoor
go to World
season.
Indoors?
Unless you make worlds.
I think Dathan said I wouldn't go, even
Crazy
if I make it.
spoiler.
I know, crazy.
We could change that.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I think because I might try to do a steeple a little earlier in the spring, so he doesn't want me going to China before that.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
Yeah.
And then outdoors, you don't know yet. Just depends what races you get into.
Yeah. Just try to get into any Diamond League steeple I can, and
Yeah.
You think you run a flat outdoor race?
I want to race a 5K really bad. Yeah. I've only done 2 in my life, like on the track. So
You have a good PB, right? Like 15:20.
15:23 in the Echoes at ACC's.
Whoa.
That's crazy.
So I want to see what I can do.
Somebody else has done that too on our team.
Yeah. What is with
Really?
these? Dylan like started people running super shoes on the
Yeah,
track.
and
Is
Joe
that-
Klecker ran the Echo
Yeah.
10K standard, and it didn't qualify because the shoe was apparently
Yeah.
illegal, even though it was a disadvantage wearing that shoe.
Oh my
But
gosh. Oh no.
yeah, we have people on the team that would like to run in super shoes for
Really?
that. So
Dylan
you
won
and
NCAA's wearing bacon
Yeah.
flies.
very interesting.
That's
Ticking
crazy.
down.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
What is has the women's steeple standard changed?
I think it's down to.
It was 923 last
It
year.
was 923. I think it's down to 918.
Is it?
Yeah.
Can
Do
I
you
just-
have that from the
No,
final?
because I didn't. Because Brussels Diamond League final, I
No.
did not run well. I was very burnt out by that race.
Fair enough. And Paris
And
was
it
too early.
And
Paris
obviously.
was too early for the window, and it was also like in Brussels, it was very frigid, cold.
Yeah, it rained the day before, and
Yeah.
I was looking at Olivia. I was like, "Damn, I would not want to hurdle right now." I didn't say that to
Oh
you.
my
but
gosh, it was
Hurdling
hailing.
in
It
the-
was hailing.
It was hailing, and
Brutal.
Yared was up. We were doing like our drills and strides up in the stadium, and Yared was just like, "It's not gonna be like this tomorrow. It's not gonna be like this tomorrow." And I'm like, "Yared, it could be like this tomorrow." He's like, "No, it's not. It's not. I'm not gonna race if it is." I'm like, "Dude."
Oh my gosh. I also
He
tried
was
to do.
just dramatic about it, but it was funny.
He hates the weather
He
too.
hates the rain. He hates the rain. But I was thinking about you, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I would not want to hurdle on that." But it
Yeah, I
turned out to be
didn't either.
okay. It was a bit cold, but
It was very cold. I tried to do a water jump in the pre-meet, and Dathan was like trying to dry off the hurdle, but and the pit was like overflowing.
Dathan's just
from
drying
the
it
rain.
mid-race.
Yeah.
Just running out there.
Between laps, they actually should. I wish they would do that because water jumping in the rain is
be like in
terrifying.
tennis
Yeah.
with the ball boy. You know, the ball
Yeah.
boy goes and grabs the ball. It's
They
like
could
somebody
do it.
runs
Or
out.
in
just-
in basketball, they
Yeah.
dry the
They drive the court,
court
so people
while
don't
they're at
slip.
the other end.
Dang.
So
Yeah.
good.
But I
Sounds
was,
like a
It's definitely
oversight.
doable.
Yeah.
I was trying to do a water jump with like the new spikes too, because we were just in Zurich before that. So I got some new steeple spikes, and they were a little bit thicker. And then I ended up just slipping right off the barrier in pre-meet. So every steeple this summer was,
Something.
something. Yeah. After that season, just falling and all that stuff so many times, I was like, okay, I need a good reset. Just like forget all that, put it in the past, mentally reset, and have a nice long build into outdoor.
Fresh start on the steeple, 2025.
Exactly. Work on a lot of form drills. Yeah. Learn a thing or two from you.
Vice versa.
Yeah.
Just one thing that you like kind of related to what you're saying, speaking about standards and people got them last year. Do you guys ever think about the fact that now that the spike regulations have changed, people will have run the standards in illegal spikes?
I have not thought about that.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Isn't that crazy to think about?
And it's still going to count?
Yep.
Whoa, yeah.
I haven't heard anything about it.
They can't.
That's a
they
good
can't
point.
remove
It will
the-
because the
World Athletics ranking points and standard will all count.
How weird
and
is
the
that?
spikes will it's not like they were illegal.
How weird
so
is
a
that?
lot of
Yeah.
a lot of those
Dude, that's
results,
crazy.
records, everything, they won't remove them. They're just getting rid of the shoe.
I don't
That's
know
so
why
crazy.
I don't know why they went backwards. They should have just said
Kept it.
we're going
Yeah.
to keep it because what's the difference between 20 and 25?
Well, apparently,
we'll probably find out pretty soon.
Apparently,
Well,
there is a difference,
yeah.
but I mean,
December, that BU meet will be the first meet with 20 mil.
Is
Limits.
is the change in
Wow.
December?
I think it might have already happened.
I think it's
It
already.
was like
happened.
maybe November 1st.
Yeah, I think it's this month. Because Jordan was talking about trying to get the spikes verified or whatever, like for
Verified on
on
Instagram.
Approved.
a lot of the verified on Instagram. a lot of the spikes, I think, like not just for a company like On, but a lot of the company spikes needed it done now because then they got a production and make sure it's like no issues with it.
Surely we're going to run into some drama where someone like runs the standard in shoes that are technically
It's
illegal.
definitely gonna
and,
happen.
And like no one stopped them before the race,
Yeah.
and then someone's going to like see a picture after and
It's
be
definitely going to happen.
like, yeah,
Yeah, there's
that's
going to be
surely.
people that probably didn't realize or that their shoe was.
It could
25.
easily happen next week or in 2 weeks at BU.
Yeah.
Someone will just be like wearing a shoe that their college gave them that they don't know is illegal.
Yeah, because like I mean, I don't even know if the other brands. I mean, we don't have legal shoes yet, do we?
We do not know.
No.
What would,
we don't
we'd
get
have
them
to race in the
till-
old
I
ones.
don't think so. Yeah, we'd have to go. No, those
those are legal as well.
Even
either.
the
Yeah,
The original
even
ones,
the Cloud Spike,
the OG
is-
ones,
the ones
illegal.
It's like
Yard.
21.
It's 21.
Yeah,
So
but
we-
there
illegal.
is, well, but it is the NCAA kids. Actually, it probably doesn't matter. It matters for
no
Graham
offense to Blaze,
because
yeah.
Graham's trying to
They
hit
don't
the
have rules
standard.
there.
But the NCAA kids actually can probably do what the fuck they want.
Yeah,
They can wear
probably
vapor
don't.
flies.
Yeah, they probably wear Vapors at BU.
Mm.
Why not get that double bounce? But yeah, just a random little thought that I was like, I'm surprised I haven't seen anything about this because it seems like there's going to be a weird adjustment period with all that. But yeah, with that said, Olivia, is there anything else that you'd like to talk about while you have this beautiful platform today?
I don't think so. I mean, just thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure to be on this team and get to know all you guys.
What would you rate the team out of 10 so far? We used to ask that question. We've forgotten.
Really?
Our last couple of guests were forgotten.
Yeah,
Yard said like 4 or something. I swear it was like.
Yard said 4, and then we had him on again. He said 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dang, I don't know. I would honestly say 10 out of 10. I feel like it's been
That's
a
a
fun
lie.
vibe with all the
Why?
that good house vibes.
We've
the
had
new
some really
people.
good team culture.
It's been a real balanced fall.
Yeah.
Trips like the karaoke night at your housewarming
Yeah.
place was fantastic.
It was so fun.
We had the gala. We've had a couple little fun things to do as a team.
Good
It's,
vibes in the gym.
yeah,
We got-
vibes in the gym.
We got
been
the
good.
Christmas party this
Christmas
weekend.
party's coming
Yeah.
up.
Coming
That's
up.
this weekend.
Yeah.
Sunday, I
Elephant.
believe.
Oh wow.
It's been very good
Oh,
vibes.
we didn't
yeah.
even say happy Thanksgiving to everyone. We're
Like, this is
This is Thanksgiving episode.
Thursday.
Oh my
Oh my
gosh.
God.
Olivia, what are you thankful for?
Happy Turkey Day.
Oh, I'm thankful for this team.
Yeah,
for-
I'm
Yeah.
thankful for this team as well.
Olivia's just sticking to the script.
No, honestly, it's like, yeah, this is all I wanted was like a team that kind of felt like college and people that hung out together and supported each other. And that's exactly what this is. So yeah, I'm super, super thankful and lucky that I get to be a part of it.
And if you didn't like it, you just go back to your original plans of just getting a job.
Yeah, exactly. Which I'm very thankful I'm not going to do.
Amazing. Well, on that heartwarming note, I think we can end.
One more thing.
What is it?
I had to phone a friend to get the NAU.
The song?
The song.
Oh, what is it?
The song, at least of 2019. I don't know why I can. That was just on repeat the whole season. How to Love, Lil Wayne.
That's not what I would have expected. 'cause that's,
I expected some sort of like.
that's just like a good
that's a
song, but
good
it's not
song.
like a.
It's
not
not
like
a bang.
pump-up.
Like, it's not a pump up.
It's
No,
not a pump up song. That was just your vibe, though.
That was just the vibe. That yeah.
I respect it. I
Yeah.
respect
That's
it.
what
How to
Mike
Love.
Smith wanted
Lil
it
Wayne.
to be. Wow,
So
amazing! I'm happy we got to the bottom of that. But
shout out Kate Burks for the phone a friend.
I love it. But Olivia, thank you so much for coming on. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. This has been episode 162 of the Coffee Club podcast, and have a lovely Thanksgiving, and we look forward to seeing you guys all again next week.
Coffee Club.